Hello, everybody. Ground back here. And we're continuing with the losers bracket with Master Gemstone versus Cyber DJ. Now, both these guys they were able to put a pretty good fight in their first round. Gemstone actually managed to even make it past round one. And, well, Cyber unfortunately didn't. He did have to go against Zashuli, who was one of the people who very well may end up winning this tournament. I think this is going to be a good fight between these two. So let's just get right into it, shall we? Alright. Starting off with Snorlax versus Chansey. This is actually pretty good for Gemstone. The Snorlax does not care about paralysis. Almost does half to the Chansey. And it somehow predicted the Zoroark? Which is a shame. Because the Zoroark hits the Gengar with Bitter Malice. That is huge. Goes in the Raichu. But he has the Great Tusk. Alright, Cyber is in a pretty good position right now. Goes in the Dragonite. I guarantee this Dragonite does have Blizzard. Rock Slide hurts a lot. But Blizzard, I imagine, will do a lot more because it is a crit. Going to Terrakion. Stays in, which is interesting. The Dragonite goes down. Get a free switch into Sceptile. Unfortunately, Moltres is here. It's going to be a big annoyance. You switch in the Lapras. I can very well see that. And, yeah, there's a free switch in. Okay, someone who actually knows how to use trapping moves in Gen 1. I'm surprised. And I'm sorry I'm talking so quickly. I don't know why. The Chansey gets a free chance to heal. Goes back into Snorlax. Walks that Thunder Wave. As Cyber predicts another Thunder Wave. Or predicts they're going to switch. But it doesn't matter. Snorlax, I'm assuming, doesn't have any moves that can hit Zoroark? That's unfortunate. Goes for Surf. Okay. Goes back into Snorlax. Are we going to see a repeat? Or are we going to see something different? Okay, Moltres gets hit with the Body Slam. We have Metagross now. Does get the paralysis. That's huge. Okay, now we're going to see what Gemstone's going to do. Do you go for Reflect? Yes, you do. Okay, how do you deal with this Metagross? Okay, go for Rest. So let's see here. Body Slam, Reflect, Rest. What is your last move? I am curious. Go back in the Snorlax. I'm not sure if it's going to wake up in time before it dies. It might be able to survive this. We'll have to see. It survives at 1 HP. Gets the rest off. Okay. He's still in this, folks. A free switch into Terrakion. I still love the name Sceptile for life. And Terrakion is also pretty good. The Terrakion actually survives, though. Okay, but it fails to KO the Sceptile. Leaf Blade does decent damage, for a Chansey at least. Chansey doesn't get any damage in. I'm assuming, okay, Snorlax does wake up. Now, what do you use? Go for Reflect. Do we get to see what else you have on here? No, I guess you're predicting they're going to switch. Oh, that is a crit. That's very unfortunate. Your Snorlax is one of your most valuable Pokemon. You probably have no choice but to switch now. Honestly, yeah, I think Raichu isn't that bad. Because Raichu can paralyze his Zoroark. That can be a big threat. But you have Metagross, who has Earthquake, unfortunately. Oh, you tried switching in. Alright. You have the Chansey paralyzed. The Raichu is also paralyzed now, which is very unfortunate. You go back into Snorlax. Moltres gets sent back out. Fire Blast does a lot of damage. I don't think Snorlax can wake up in time. Because, yeah, it just dies. Oh, okay, so Cyber was predicting they were going to switch. I can see that. Or I can see, the thought process behind that. They go in the Lapras, going back into Snorlax, and unfortunately dies here. I'm assuming you switch into Sceptile? Yes. Now what do you go for? Okay, Leaf Blade, that is fine. Now, going back in the Raichu, which I am not exactly sure why Raichu exactly, but it at the very least, I don't think you get punished from having Raichu out. Although you do have a way of actually hurting the Chansey, which is unfortunate. Alright. So, I think this is gonna be a little bit back and forth. For what a bit. But yeah, the Raichu is now dead. And all you have is just the Lapras and Sceptile against a very specially tanky Chansey. So, unfortunately, like, I think I can see the writing on the wall. I don't think Gemstone's gonna be able to get out of this. But I do think they yeah, this is a tough situation. I don't know what I would do here. Honestly, I think probably isn't anything you can do, really. Like, maybe the Sceptile if it got lucky with crits. But I just don't see that happening. Especially not when the Metagross has rest. Hey, let's just put this on fast real quick. Just get this over with quicker. Although I gotta say, it might not look like very even, considering only Great Tusk was on Cyber's team. But we're at turn 69. Nice. But unironically, Gemstone did do a nice job there. Putting up a pretty good fight. So let's see game 2. Alright, starting off with Snorlax again. We have Regieleki. That's fun. Does a lot of damage to the Snorlax. Very unfortunate. Going in the Raichu, I would imagine so you can Thunder Wave. Going into Executor. Executor doesn't care too much about paralysis. Going back into Snorlax. This is probably your best chance too, actually. Get a rest off with Snorlax. You're going to have to switch out though because of that Psychic. I don't think Blizzard would do a lot. Oh, so that's why you go for Wrap. Okay, I respect it. Unfortunately, even in Gen 1, the Wrap Lock still works, even if it does no damage. So going back in the Regieleki, Snorlax burns a sweep turn. Going back in the Raichu, it unfortunately gets paralyzed. But now you try to go for Thunder Wave, but they go back in the Executor. Ooh, Snorlax is another turn to potentially wake up. But instead you go back into the Raichu. Interesting. Going for Seismic Toss, it does a little bit of damage. Going in the Golem. Okay. It outspeeds the Raichu and gets killed. But now they have a free switch in the Dragonite or Lapras. So I imagine you go for Blizzard, and unfortunately misses. Going back into Snorlax, because it's probably the only thing you can do, unfortunately. You just have to let it die. And then you go into Sceptile or Gengar. That works too. Unfortunately, you can't put the Executor to sleep. And it's probably going to hurt a lot with Psychic. I guess you try and go for a special drop. Going in the Dragonite there. 2 turns of paralysis. Okay, I guess you're predicting another switch in. But the Dragonite is unfortunately put to sleep. Which, yeah, that's going to be annoying. Especially since it's one of the few things that can actually hurt this Executor. You sack it so that, I'm assuming you don't want to worry about your Lapras getting special drops. Blizzard does take out the Executor. Free switch into Regieleki. And yeah, that crit. What the heck? Lapras can survive a crit from Regieleki? Oh my gosh! I would not have expected that. Oh, please tell me this Sceptile has Leaf Blade. Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh my gosh, Gemstone I think they might have called it. Because I've seen Cyber DJ play very aggressively before. Oh, unfortunately, that Hypnosis missing was huge. I probably would have switched into Sceptile there, in my opinion. Oh, but Explosion finishes it off. Okay. If just a few things were done differently, I can see Gemstone easily winning that. And that was actually pretty darn close. So, I actually want to give Master Gemstone a lot of props. Because this was literally his first time ever, playing Generation 1. And he managed to put up a good fight against Cyber, against me. And obviously, he put up a good fight against Rebel Plush. So, just GG's to everyone around. I'm glad to see Cyber moving on. And I think Gemstone had an incredible run. Hopefully, we get to see Gemstone more in future seasons of the Generation Jumble, because I see a lot of potential in him. Thank you all for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.